Uh, this is amazing, y'all. Another shooting of a so-called black man. I'm not talking about that being amazing, though. Um, I have a question for my people. Why do you continue to be shocked and amazed at something that keeps happening over and over and over again? I mean, just think about it. This has been happening for centuries, yo. Centuries. Not just decades, not just years, not just scores, 20-year period. Centuries. No black leader has been able to deliver us. No black organization has been able to deliver us. And protesting and marching to people, trying to get people to treat you right, the people in this case who are doing the evil, what are we doing, yo? Look at this. There goes my printer. Look at this. Deuteronomy 28. Yeah, I know a lot of you don't want to hear it, but you got to look at them. You shall not go aside from my words. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 14. You shall not go aside from my words, any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. At the time this was written, there was no Jesus. There was no Christianity. There was no America. And there was no so-called white man pressing us, telling us how to think, telling us what religion to follow, telling us how to look at one another. We had just come out of slavery with a bunch of black men, Egyptians. Nobody in there was white. This is you. This is your ancestors. Look at this. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments. Pay attention. For some of you Christians saying, we're not under the law. The commandments don't apply to us. Okay? To the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. All these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall you be in the field. Cursed shall be your basket and your store. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body and the fruit of your land, the increase of your kind and the flocks of your sheep. Cursed shall you be when you go in, and come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out. The Lord shall send upon you cursing, vexation, and rebuke, in all that you set your hand unto for to do, until you be destroyed, and until you perish quickly, because of the wickedness of your doings, whereby you have forsaken me. The problem with us is, by the time this was in full effect, because our ancestors had already did what they did, we were taught that God was this European pagan religion with all of its artifacts of worship and its demonic character, a pale-faced man. We were taught that this is what the Bible was about. So when you hear this, you go deaf. You turn a deaf ear. Yet everything that is prophesied in this passage of scripture is talking to you. This is what your ancestors set you up for. Talking to you. But we are just like our ancestors. We are like them, and we act the way they were acting when they got into this mess. And it has come to roost on us, even though many of them have been in their graves for centuries. It has come to roost on us because we are not a group of black people trying to make it in the 20th century. We are the people that the Most High covenanted with. And everything that you have been taught, in the world certainly, but in a religious sense, has removed you don't even think this is written to you. And you can't see the things that are happening today as being a direct result of this coming home to roost. That's why, some Caucasian person trying to tell me who God is and I need to come to Jesus and I need to be a Christian and Christians are the ones with the truth and all that. Look, I grew up in it and went further in it than many of them. And I'm telling you, they are not the issue. There has not been a leader or an organization that is able to save us. All of our organizations, all of our leaders, all of our great men, shot, killed, or sold out. Sold out. Now look at this. The Lord shall send upon you cursing and vexation and rebuke and all that you set your hand unto for to do, until you be destroyed, until you perish quickly because of the wickedness of your doings, whereby you have forsaken me. Now, I ain't talking about that white Jesus and Christianity. I'm talking about the God of your ancestors who was pleased to make you dark and who was pleased to covenant with you and not covenant with anybody else in the world. You know, he is not covenanted with anyone else in the world the way he is covenanted with you. Time will tell. See, you're catching hell like no one else in the world. Why do you let people who have never had this history tell you what truth is? And then those of you who don't listen to them, you are still confused, baffled, angry, and troubled about all of the evil things they're doing. And you don't realize that is chastisement. Are they right? No. Are they going to get theirs? Look, he who leads into captivity shall be led into captivity, and all who use the sword shall perish by the sword. Everyone who is killed, everyone who is, don't even worry about it. But you have something to do. That ain't nothing. That ain't power. That ain't gonna do nothing. We need to come together with some force. Listen. You don't need force against them. Our ancestors never used force against them unless they were told to go into battle. And when they were told to go into battle, everyone from Abraham to Moses to David to Solomon kicked ass. You hear me? But you will never tap into that power sitting around here trying to make sense out of being black and trying to make sense out of what these people are doing. Because I need you to know something. These people are dogs, sicked on us. I know you don't like that. They're not that powerful. As a matter of fact, there's no one more powerful than you. You have the authority in you of the Holy One of Israel. But now, if you do not want to walk in that authority, then you have no other options. And see, this is what our people need to understand. There are no other options for us. Look, the Lord shall make pestilence cleave to thee until he has consumed you from off the land where you go to possess it. The Lord shall smite you with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue you until you perish. All of the so-called sicknesses that our people have. Well, black people are prone to this, or black people are prone to that, black people are prone to that. I got news for you. Black people ain't supposed to be getting sick.